Right guys, I'm going to be doing some more illustrations. The next one I'm going to be doing is plug the urethra of a sloth. So it's going to be, again, a challenging draw, but I reckon we can do it. So my book's called, well this book's going to be called something like 50 Ways to Torture a Sloth. So I'll set the comments as well so that you can say whatever you want in the comments. Give me a second. There we go. Press that one. There you go. Now you can say whatever you want, I think, and it won't limit what you can say. The last one I drew was this, which I think needs a little bit more going on in it. This is rub gravel on its knees and then tell everybody that it fell over. No, fuck it, that's enough. You got this one here, which is mix sand into its porridge. But this next one will be plug the urethra. There's a new compilation video out on YouTube as well, guys, if you want to go and watch that. And please do follow my YouTube. There's loads of stuff on there. You can get my podcasts and compilation videos on YouTube. More videos than on here that are on YouTube. There's about, I don't know, 400, 500 videos on YouTube. I don't know how many's on here. There might be more on here. But YouTube's got different lengths of videos and different styles of stuff. Facebook as well. If you watch the videos on Facebook, I get paid for them. But obviously, you know, I think if I'm not sure if it reads when you're saying like different social medias and then limits who can see the thing. But everyone keep tapping the screen. There's 8 of yous watching there, so if you all just keep tapping the screen like that for fucking 20 seconds, just hammer the screen in it with your fingertips, just going. Like that, it'll fucking boost me up them rankings hopefully, and then more people will get the little message that pops up when they join saying listen to me podcasts, and then before you know it, by the end of the year I might be getting paid to do podcasting, which I think is a reasonable target. Give myself another 12 months to get adverts on there and get a bit of money coming in through that. But if you like the podcast and you do want to give me a bit of money, you can sub on my Patreon if you fancy it. Chuck us a couple of quid a month. You get access to new videos, exclusive videos. You get my books for no extra cost. So you know, there's treats to be had. Even a discount code to use on my website for certain products, things like the canvases. But how are we gonna plug the urethra? Oh, I've got an idea. What we're gonna do with my greasy hair. Oh, I've spat all over this paper from doing that noise. Go on, you can do another 10 seconds. Get that 1 to 1,000 likes, and let's see if we can get double digits of viewers. Not that I don't appreciate the 8 people that are watching, but yesterday we got 12 people watching at once at one point. So it'd be nice to get maybe a steady, consistent 15. That would be nice. That'd be great. That's an improvement on yesterday. But right now I'm going to draw someone plugging up a sloth's piss hole. It's going alright, Vulture Vision. Look at that, mate, fucking 12 people watching, that's mad. Well, let's try and bump it up to 15. Everyone keep hammering that screen and get them likes in. I'm not fussed about gifts, guys. I couldn't give a shit about getting gifts. I want you to buy me books and listen to me podcasts, which cost you nothing. Spread my stuff around. Oh, see, as soon as I say I'm not interested in gifts, the fucking viewer thing drops. See, it's dodgy, innit? It's odd. It's telling me to encourage us to share the live and invite more friends. Let's see if I just do exactly what it says. Does it pump me up the things? Probably not. Someone's gonna be on there. How the fuck do I draw that without it looking like a fucking something? It's gonna look bad. You wouldn't be like that, would you? You'd be. Go from there, and then if you used to crouch down, say you're gonna hammer in, that leg would be behind. Okay, so a bit like that. Can you can't see what I'm doing? There you are. There you are. Does that help? You can see it a bit now. Yeah, man. I'm fucking working on the book, Andy. Thanks for sharing the stuff so much there, Alex. Thank you. Nice one, Star Killer. I'm glad you enjoy what you call my awkward humour. I don't know what that. It's not really supposed to be, but. gonna have to do this again. So we'll get a roof. I'll get myself a roof thing with it. A bit like that. No, it's not worked out properly. No mouthwash soap. I'm not me. Yeah, look. So it's gonna look a bit like this. This is someone plugging a sloth's urethra. Thank you for the rose there. I will, Fraser and Wilder. I will when I can get more dead lizards. It's not an easy thing to get your hands on a bag of dead lizards. It's a very much as and when kind of thing, really. I've got the crucifixes ready. I've got the resin ready. I've even got the moulds that I use to do it in. I just don't have the lizards. So when I can get more dead lizards, yeah, but it's not a thing you come across very often. The reason why I had so many at once was because the pet shop that I go to regularly to buy me rats had some nutter come in there one day in the winter with a Tupperware box full of baby lizards, and she'd rinsed out the box, but this was like January. Do you remember when we had the beast from the east, actually? The big storm that even made it down south into the southwest and made it snow here, which is quite unusual in the cities, in the towns like that aren't up there, up in the moors. And she brought this box up into the pet shop apparently, and it still had water in the bottom. So the lizards died on the way. The baby lizards died on the way to the shop when she was taking them to the shop because she didn't want the babies. She was taking them to him so that he could have them to sell them. But by the time she got to the shop, they'd died because she'd left a fucking puddle of water and hadn't dried out the box properly or put any towel or anything in there to protect them from the cold. So he ended up with a box of dead bearded dragons. And I had them. I got very lucky, and I had got myself a little handful of dead lizards to make stuff with, which is good, you know. And I would say there's the hats, but my supplier for who does the embroidery on the hats, they seem to have just disappeared off the face of the earth. So I'm looking for a new one of them now. If you've made an order of one, it should be on its way, but they've just stopped doing the hats for now. So I'm hoping they'll restock soon, but I'm not sure, so I've removed them from the website for now. But the trackies are there, the shirts are there, the jumpers are there. I've still got some taxidermy. I'll be making more when this book's finished. There's oddities, there's mystery boxes, there's all sorts. One-armed Pit. Is that his name? One-armed Pit. It's a good name. It's a lot harder to draw when I'm following an outline underneath. I like it when it looks more freehand. Oh, thanks Fraser, I'm glad you like it, mate. I'll show you how this is coming along in a second as well. How would you draw a bikini from side on? A bit like that, wouldn't it? The arm coming down there. There we go. It needs a background though, it needs a background. What could be going on in the background? You know what, I don't think it does need a background. They don't all need them. There you go. So, to the two people that have stuck with me, they say is plugging a sloth's urethra. So we've got this weird fella here in a bikini top and he's got a thong on underneath. He's rolled up his pants up really high on one leg and hardly rolled them down on the other. This is the sloth, obviously. You can tell by the arms and the three toes and the sad face. There's the hammer. There's the pin. Going into the sloth's urethra. Now if you've just joined the stream, bit of an odd time, but stick around. Next up is right, here's a very conceptual one again, so this one's going to be difficult. It's not going to be worth 15k. The book, I'm only going to sell the book for a tenner. Maybe these would make good NFTs, I don't know. I have no idea, but that's not the intention. Right, the next one is teach one about ODing with pills, then beat it, not feed it, and leave it with pills that are just sugar pills so it can't finish itself off. That's going to be an hard one to draw. I don't know how to draw that one. What we'll do is we will have it needs to be better than that, clearer. For those of you that are just joining, hello? I didn't really thought of anything to say there. Oh, did you see my idea I put out on Instagram as well to add to the Patreon a little Patreon exclusive podcast if you like? So I'm thinking maybe 10-minute shows once a week or so of just me making stuff up just for 10 minutes, just me rambling for 10 minutes a week, maybe 20 minutes a week. And I'll change the tiers on the Patreon. Mate, I don't know what that means, actually, videos. I'll be honest, mate, there's at least 3 words in there that I don't know what they mean. I think I can guess one of them to mean Republic. Nah, it'd be a waste of this pen. Already had to buy another one of these pens to be able to finish the book all in the same pen. What do the turkey hand things? Add random stuff to it. No, man, just fucking... I want to draw 50 ways to torture sloths. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been working on for the past few weeks. Oh, okay, archery. So look at all of these, mate. You got a pile of them there, and in there there's at least 35 drawings in there of sloths being tortured. So should make a good book, hopefully. Bubbles in there. Death by giant chicken. Nah, man, we've not got that. I've tried to make them realistic. Things like dress one up as a prepubescent boy and take him to a church. Light matches in their ears. Give one breast enlargement with a backstreet surgeon. I've got them all written here, man. I've already made them up. I'm very organised. Probably very poorly and very organised. No, it's my dog snoring, mate. Perfect title for the next book. What is there a fly in your room or is someone snoring? There you go. Yeah, man, there's going to be more. Mr. I Don't Know. The next one's about Bigfoot. It'll come out. If I can get it out this Thursday, I will do. But I might not be able to because I think I've run out of storage space again on the host, so it'll be next month. They're just becoming less consistent. They're already recorded. You can hear it if you go and join my Patreon. Because I can upload them to that, but I can't upload them to the podcast hosting server yet because I've used all the memory. Because I think I put an episode of Truth Seeking out on my normal feed to help advertise Truth Seeking. But yeah, they should be every week, but because they're getting a bit longer because I'm writing more for them, so they're going to become a little bit more inconsistent. But hopefully they might be better quality. I'm not sure. Here you go. Here's beat one up. Teach it about ODing with pills, and then swap all of the pills for sugar pills, so he can't actually do himself in. Oh, and starve him as well. What episode have you liked, Mr. I Don't Know You? Out of all of them so far, what's been your favourite? I'm going to put one on while I go make a coffee, so you can have a listen while the coffee's being made. We'll put on... Oh, that's the point. Mr. I Don't Know You, if you've started listening to them in the past, say, couple months, I've just found out it did last night, I've sorted it though now, that there was 12 episodes that had been hidden from everybody. So if you go down the list or sort them from oldest to newest, the oldest episodes, for whatever reason, have been hidden. The past 12, the first 12. So there's quite a few in there. There's like, well, I'll give you the titles of them now. If you like the conspiracy ones, I'll just give you the conspiracy ones. So you've got The Pusher of Manchester, which is about a serial killer from Manchester. Hidden Messages Within the Lion King. Crustacean Frustration, which is about shrimps and why shrimps might be trying to take over the world. The Majestic 12, and that's your conspiracy ones. The Here's How episodes. Here's How to Get Your Book Published, which is convenient because I'm doing this. Here's How to Make Christmas Cheaper, which shows it's from a few years ago because it came out near Christmas. Here's How to Get Free Renovations. Here's How to Settle Disputes with Neighbours. And this week, here's how to make friends. And this week, here's how to make money. Here's how to get your dream job. So we'll leave these playing. Here's how to land. Audio quality's not as good because they're the first episodes, but
get fired from your current role, but do it in a way that makes you look the hero. Stand up to the workplace bully, prevent corporate fraud, or give a huge discount to a truly worthy customer. Either way, something that you can spin to your advantage, but getting fired will give you the kick up your arse that you're going to need to go and find this new job. Study for your new role. Not just the obvious stuff that you'll need in the job, but study your potential employer too. Learn their hobbies, their partner's name, any mistresses they might have, the pub they frequent, the takeaway they use. You could take it a step further and get a job at their favourite takeaway as a delivery driver so that you can learn where they live. And this would be a great way to learn your potential employer's routines. Keep applying for the job continuously to the point where they already know that that letter on their desk is from you before they even open it. Send them your CV. One word at a time in separate Christmas cards. Your potential employer will love that you've took the time to do it, and they'll be impressed that you could afford the postage costs for sending 200 plus cards in the post, proving that you're not just desperate for the money that the job provides, proving that you actually want to do that job. If the owner of the business has got some ugly kids, obviously of legal shagging age, you should do everything you can to become them kids' partners. The employer will be so grateful that their child is fulfilled that they'll want to keep you happy too. Pose as a construction worker with a clipboard and a high-vis jacket. Find your way into their building, and then once you're in the lift, remove the vest to unveil your suit and just go and take a seat in an office and ingratiate yourself amongst the workforce. Buy some magnetic signage saying mobile tyre repair. Rent a van and a generator and compressed air pumps. Then deflate every other car tyre in the office car park. Then park your van in sight of the car park, not in the car park, but in sight, just in the distance a little, and wait in a local cafe. When they inevitably call you to say, come and inflate these tyres for us, you can say how you were thinking of selling your business on and you've been considering a career in whatever their job is, and ask if there's any openings, because after all, getting a good job is all about knowing people in that job. Everything's about everyone you know. Get an interview the old-fashioned way, by following the process, and then to stand out against your competitors, go full-on X-Factor with it and start crying and blubbering about your disabled grandma and tell them how you want this job to make your dead granddad proud of you because you can't go back to working in a supermarket. Make sure to actually cry, but not until near the end of it. Maybe set an alarm on your phone before you go into the room with some sad music on it, but put it on silent before you go in. Just leave it playing on repeat. Add a tissue to your pocket, and then just as you begin to tell your tale, remove the tissue from your pocket so you can wipe your eyes, but whilst you're doing that, subtly turn the volume up on your phone to add a bit of ambience to your story. Employers will love to see that you've planned in advance, and everybody's probably got dead grandparents, so it's going to be easy to empathise with even for the most psychopathic of CEOs. You could get multiple corporations' logos tattooed onto your body, but make sure that their placement allows you to only display one at any given time. That way, in the interview, you can say, always dreamt of working here.
I'm going to turn that off because I can't sit and listen to myself. Because, not just to myself, I can listen to the Serious episodes. That doesn't drive me as mad. But it's really weird to sit and listen to yourself talk whilst you're also talking about different stuff, answering comments, and thinking and hearing your voice in your head. 3 of me's too many. Well, it's very confusing and intense. There's a new compilation video out as well on YouTube, guys, if anyone's interested. I'm seeing some of the bad taxidermy compilations. The people on Facebook who are seeing it on Facebook are just perverts. No, realistically, Facebook's just full of pervs. There's my trousers get me a lot of attention. People keep sending me messages as well, saying things like "I love your big nose," which is fucking weird. I'm alright, Anonymous Zeta. I'm doing some drawings. You want to see the last one I did? This one's teach a sloth about ODing, and then swap all of the pills that he taught you how it can OD for sugar pills, which I've called N and N's. There's a bin there to show the wrapper's not fell in a bin, an empty pill bottle up the top where you've replaced all the tablets with sweets, and then beat him up and don't talk to him so that he wants to top himself, and then he can't because the tablets aren't real. They're just peanut coated, well, peanuts coated in chocolate. It's good, isn't it? I really like this book. I think this is one of the best. I think that though every one I do. I always think the one I do is better than the last ones, which is good, I guess, because you don't want to be doing one and thinking, this is shit compared to the rest. So I do think each one is vastly improved on the last one, I guess. But then if that's the case, then you don't want him to actually do it, so you just give him the crispy M&Ms instead, well, the crispy N&Ns instead. Crispy N's. It just sounds... Excuse me. That creativity, even just for a day. Just imagine the best way I try to describe it to my girlfriend, because she says that inside of her head is quite quiet most of the time. Like, she's not looking at stuff and pictures are appearing. Like, I can stare at these curtains and just see things that I know aren't there, but I can see them clear as day. Just pictures within it. I'll show you the curtains I'm looking at, guys. Here, look, so you can see, you get an idea of what I mean. Right, there's your curtains. Now, I can't really do it so much through the camera, but I can see pictures in them. Not straight away, but pretty soon after I start staring at it, I can see things that I know aren't in the pattern, because there is no pattern. Well, there's a faint paisley pattern, but like I can kind of change the pictures I can see in there as well. But I'm getting distracted. Imagine most of the time there's just noise in my head, right? And I wouldn't describe it as voices, because it's not really like that. It's just noise, a constant noise, thoughts. But I'm not. I am kind of in charge of most of it, I guess. But some of it is just out of nowhere, and it'll make me laugh. I'll be like, what the fuck is that? Where's that come from, you know? But I talked to my girlfriend about it, innit, and she's got a bit of a background in psychology and that, and understands the brains and stuff. But she says in her head that don't happen. Hers is just quiet. And most people I talk to, whose heads are just quiet inside. Like, they think about the things they're thinking about. Whereas I don't really think about the things. Like, I don't ruminate on stuff or out like that. I just hear things, really. I don't know how to explain it, innit? No, it's just... And music as well in my head. Not good music, not music you'd want to hear, just that sort of noise on repeat. Things like that. And I can focus on that and just start sitting there like this, gritting my teeth. Which makes me sound mental and fully aware. I don't really speak out loud about a lot of this. Because as someone says, the next podcast had come from a psych ward. So, but yeah, that's all there, innit? Yeah. Rabbit slippers, you could do. They've been made though, aren't they? You can get fake rabbit slippers. Mouse pen case. I've made mouse stuff like to do with pens and pencils. Duck on a pen. Yeah, you could do. I'd rather somehow make... imagine if you could put a duck on a pen, right? So you've got your pen. Let's use this pen for easier. You've got your pen, right? And it'd be nice if I could put a duckling on it, right? Put a full duckling on the end of a pen. And then cut the skin into little windows and make a thing inside. So that when you turn it upside down, them things slip down and you can see the duckling's tits. I'd quite like to do that. A lot of work though. An awful lot of work. But it'd be good. I'd like to see it. I would like that. I'd really like that. But this is what I mean though, just you saying duck on a pen, I can then just, that's what I then saw in my head. Someone putting a duckling upside down and seeing a duck's boobs. And in my head, that's fine. There's no problem with ducks don't have boobs or out like that. It makes a lot of leaps. I've started joining new Reddits. So there's I'll read you some. I've been just putting my my thoughts into one Reddit, right? I'll read you some of them. What's the Reddit called? The sub was called Low Stakes Conspiracies, right? And I find it fun because to me there's no issue with the things I'm saying at all. Like I send them to messages as messages to Jimmy all the time, my co-host on Truth Seeking, and they don't really they don't seem to like it. There we go. So the moon isn't real, which is a thing that I genuinely believe. I believe the moon isn't real, but I don't think that's a problem. That the moon isn't what we say it is, because everything still happens. We just blame it on the moon, but it's not actually the moon, in my opinion. Which you can hear about in a lot of the episodes. It turns out I have a real big hang up about the moon. But they put it in a lot of TV shows and films, don't they? I keep wondering if it's just to convince us that it's there. I've watched a lot of children's films and took notes on them as I'm watching, and I also think it seems like there's some form of genetic facility in the moon, a factory that puts different animals together or combines humans and animals. Obviously, wherever the moon is still affects the tides, but then I start wondering if the moon actually has anything to do with the tides at all. It's just to make us believe it's not a genetic splicing facility. And then the comments within that people are writing, they're mostly just concerned for my welfare. And then it makes me laugh because I think they're reading that and then probably going on my profile and seeing all the things I've made with dead rats. So like people saying or maybe it is there and that's why it's in a lot of shows. And another person, why do you say you wonder if the moon is featured in movies and TV shows in order to convince us it's actually there when I can literally go outside and see it in the sky with my own eyes? I just don't understand why people get so funny about other people's thoughts, innit? And someone said, can you explain how this is low stakes? And I said, I'll do their voice and not my voice, innit? So Can you explain how this is low stakes? Nothing changes, seas still do what they do, everything stays the same. Except human-animal hybrids exist, and governments are hiding a gene-splicing moon base. Why do tides exist if moon isn't real? It could be to do with the tectonic plates, could be to do with lava, maybe the ground moves up and down and the water stays still, but because it's a liquid, it's easier to perceive the liquid moving than the ground. And people seem to just buy my explanations, mate, which is sick. Then I've put a couple others on there as well. They're not. This one had someone worried. Right, I'll read you the comments that someone's written underneath this one. There's only one comment written underneath it, and it says, "Legitimate question. Are you okay, man?" Right, and this is what I've said, because I again, this is a thought I've had, and to me it makes sense. I'm not saying these as a bit. I'm not saying them to be funny. When I come back to them, most of the time I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that probably doesn't make any sense," but I'll get to a point in my head where I'm convinced of that thing. So yesterday, and in the past, as you'll have heard in the shows, cats and dogs. Cats and dogs are vessels created by them, so that alternate dimensional entities can siphon whatever it is emotions are in most people. That's why cat owners are all similar. It's perfect, really, because it means that they can aim the pets at people who are more sentimental and emotional. That's why they get pets, because they're lonely or because they want to care about something. Maybe that's one of the many reasons why animal abuse was made illegal. And like people won't discuss these things, man. People don't want to talk about stuff like this, and I don't get why. Like, why don't people just want to have fun conversations? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's fun. That's a fun conversation. Everyone's always like, oh yeah, but if I'd been eating pills all night and then was sat in the kitchen, I'd talk about this. Or if I was stoned, I'd talk about this. Or if I was pissed, I'm not. I'm none of those things. I'm sober, and I still think about all these things constantly. It's fucking. I don't get why people aren't into it. But we'll see. I'll when I get more, I'll put them up, and we'll see what people think. But I'm thinking things like that, them sort of quick thoughts like that. I might make Patreon uploads it'll be a separate podcast stream that will be on Patreon, and there's like a subscription thing on Spotify. I think. I'm thinking anyway. I don't know if people think it's worthwhile. I haven't got a clue, but it's a little something extra in it for the Patreons as well. Because they get me books, but they get one book a year and videos of a show where the show's unedited. So it's just a longer version of a show with dead air and me repeating things I've trying to remember what I've thought or what I read before, so that when the audio dropouts have happened, I can rectify them. So I always want to give a little bit more, a little bit of something else, more for your money, But if you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I'd love to give this guy a couple quid a week, a couple quid a month, £2 a month. Give me £2 a month on Patreon. What are you really going to do with that £2 a month? You're going to spend it on what, prostitutes? No, you don't want to spend £2 on a prostitute. What sort of prostitute is that? They're not worth it. No prostitute is worth £2. Do you know what I mean? That you want to pay more than that for them, so you can give your favourite taxidermist and whatever else you want to describe me as, couple quid a month. You can do that, can't you? It's alright. And you get a little bit of something for it. And it means I get a set amount of money every month, which is nice. It's nice, a nice little bit of security, Can I make it for you? What, a frog with footballs, with 4 footballs? I'm guessing you mean a frog with balls. Probably could. Don't know how good it would look. It'd be hard. I'd have to attach the rat testicles with the tubes to the frog and just have a frog with dangly balls. That would look quite good though, actually, to be fair. It would be good to get. I have thought about getting dead baby animals, like dead baby frogs, dead baby lizards and things like that, and just give them massive rat balls. So they've just got big danglers, mate. I have thought about that in the past. So the fact that someone's asked for the frog, I hadn't really thought about the frog. I thought about doing it with some of the lizards, or making these little creatures with bones and stuff and the flesh, and then just adding balls to them. I could try. I don't know how well it will go. I'm not sure. What are little different parts in there? It'd be like the fossils, but with balls, I guess. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know when I'll do it. It's got to be warmer though, really, to do the resin. Now's not the time of year for resin. Now's the time of year for books. Yeah, they are anonymous. They're actually the largest testicles of any living mammal proportionally. So even if you was to take like a blue whale and using the proportions of the mammals of the blue whale, supposedly, if you was to scale a rat up to the size of a blue whale, the rat's testicles would be bigger than the blue whale's, which is mad, innit, really? Like, imagine how big they would be then. Just that would explain, if whales did have rat-sized testicles, we would finally understand why whales move so slowly, because they'd have all that drag behind. It'd be like a parachute, you know. I'm hoping the next word from you, Anonymous, is going to be mine. Or their heads. Yeah, they do. They just have them dragging behind them. Now that's why, if you're a bit cruel, what you do is you get sandpaper and put sandpaper everywhere around your house. And that's how I imagine you train the rats to not go them places. Because when they start dragging the balls across, 180 GSM sandpaper, it's burning, and abrasing the testicles of the rats. I've got some rat scrolling over there. One of me, a couple of bum in a ball snowmen. Make stuff out of rat scrotums quite a lot. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to do some books. Would they? It'd be like an itch though, wouldn't it? Instead of that pinch and roll though, just a fucking scraping. I don't know what that would feel like. I don't think I'd like it. I know I'm not a rat, but I don't think I would like that at all. A free shave, I think it'd be more than a shave. What is it that women do? Women do something that begins with an E. When they wash. Scream, get out the bathroom, that's it. E, get out! No, they fucking exfoliate. Yeah, exfoliate. It would probably do that for the... Oh, see, I should have just fucking looked at the screen. I was trying to remember. The rascals. The rat skulls. Just call it the rat skulls. Just a load of angry rat skulls. Just hanging around outside of a shop. I'll make a miniature shop and put little rat skulls around. Draw angry faces on them. Or just angry eyebrows, no eyes, because they're skulls. Just call them the rat skulls. Do I hunt them myself? No, mate. That'd take ages, mate. To hunt rats and mice, you'd have to have a good eye on you. And a good throwing arm as well. I've always found it funny though, the idea that you could go round hunting mice with one of them like fish nets that a kid has for the pond to get the little goldfish out and play with the snails. And a little toffee hammer. And scooping up these little mice and then holding them, and they're moving around like that. And, I missed. Just holding it by its tail, it's all over the fucking place, and then you start to pin it down and it's biting you, and then you just go overboard and you're like, fucking, like that, and then it's just, you're like, oh, I can't even use this now. I'm just going to have to use the back end of the mice. That might be why people think that, because I sometimes will just use the back half of a mouse. But no, I don't hunt them myself, I just go and buy dead ones. Well, thank you, Jam. Fucking try my podcast, Jam. Give them a go, see what you think of them, mate. You might enjoy them. You might even think to yourself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to join his Patreon. Give him a couple quid a month. You give me a quid a month. You give me £5 a month. Give me 50 quid a month, if you're got a bit of money to you. I don't really expect that, but you've got to give the opportunity to people, and you give them the option. Or you could buy some stuff off my website, I've got a link in my bio to my website if anyone's interested. They want a shirt or something like that. I've not got hats at the minute. The suppliers stopped doing the hats for now, but there is a load of stuff on my website, and there's going to be loads more soon over the next month or so. And I'll start making again once this book's finished that I'm working on. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of them hang around near Greg's. It's good food, isn't it, in Greg's? And a rat nose taste, a rat nose flavour, mate. You know, like it wouldn't surprise me. Because you're going to get all that flaky, buttery pastry as well, you know, on the floor outside, and that's going to attract them, you know. I love a Greg's though, mate. Nice one, Oda Spam. Thank you. I think there's still some on the website. Mackie's in St. Helens. I've never been St. Helens. It's where fucking Johnny Vegas is from, isn't it? I think. But I've never been. Never been anywhere near the Angel of the North. St. Helens is near the Angel of the North, I think. Yeah, fair. Yeah. You're not missing out on much by not going to Wythenshawe really either. A Stockport around, which is where I grew up. I grew up in Wythenshawe and then Altrincham for a bit, and then hung around a lot in Stockport. By the Dream. I don't know. Like that guy that talks about space from Oldham. You're from Liverpool, you live in Huddersfield now. But there's loads of mice in St. Helens. I don't understand, I don't know. Yeah, when it was, I'm sorry. I'm with Oda Spam there, you know. I've got family that live in Liverpool. A lot of family in Liverpool. My dad's a Scouser, so that's why I've got such a weird accent, guys. That's why I've got like such a mank pronunciation, but that Scouse twang every now and again. Right, next picture. We're going to give a Sloth breast enlargement surgery with a backstreet surgeon. Somehow. That's the wrong pen. West Yorkshire Master Race. I don't know. Manchester, mate. Manchester's the fucking Master Race, isn't it? Obviously, you know. Mancunians. We've got everything. It's like a London, but people are nice. And it's nice to be there. I didn't like London at all. Don't even feel like England, mate, when you're walking around. It's just like a totally different culture. Everywhere. I've never been anywhere where people rush around so much. It's just bizarre. It's a bizarre place. You don't even really get that in Manchester city centre. It's busy, innit? Don't get me wrong, but it's not. You're not really funnelled everywhere. That's my dog. My dog's snoring. He's bundled up like a fucking frog on the couch. You know, like when you see them frogs on glass tanks when they go to war with the newts in the Great Salamander Wars of 1856. It looks like one of those. Still don't know how I'm going to draw this. That's what I'm thinking about. I've got an idea though. That can be better. It can be better. Obviously, obviously I'm starting with the tits. Look, there you go. I did start with the tits. How could you not? Like that's the main thing about it, isn't it? It's just want to draw a sloth with boobs. That's and then make it dark by saying it's a backstreet surgeon. I always used to enjoy the phrase backstreet abortionist. When I was a teenager, I was obsessed with that. Like the idea that people would do that and that was a thing just used to make me laugh. Like, because it's so weird, it's such an odd concept. There's, it's just bizarre, isn't it, to think that is probably a thing in certain countries. It's just you're sneaking down a back alley and you're just like, you got the stuff. And they just like, they go like that with the coat and all that. Yeah. You wait for the wah. And you're just like, yeah. And then they go, say no more. And they open up the coat like that, and they open it up. And they've got one of those little hot chocolate whisks. A bigger whisk for the bigger woman. And then a variety of different types of coat hangers. And a little, one of the lift, like one of the cards, a key card you can use for a lift that gets you up the tallest building, and then a little number written on it for the key code to get to the staircase. I'm just like, what can I do you for? Nah, that's just I just like that. That's for me. And for you, encourage us to come back to the live streams in the future, so you get bits like this. And I'll bring it up in a little miniature podcast for Patreon and that as well. But it's a bit of fun in it. Oh, it's a bulldog, Anonymous. A little bulldog. You can see him. You see his head anyway. You alright, Nathan? Right, so we need. No, I have thought about getting rats, but I think they'd make your house smell, wouldn't they, really, rats? I have thought about it, though. It's crossed my mind. I'm going to have some seagull ornaments soon. Not made from seagull, but seagull ornaments. Seagulls wearing clothes, so that's something to look forward to. Well, see, this is why you should have gone to a backstreet abortion. We'll call them BAs. That's what BAs are, mate, when people are like, yeah, I've been to uni, I've got a BA. That's what they mean. That's what they actually mean. It's not a Bachelor of Arts. They got a backstreet abortion out the back of fucking, I don't know, 42s or something. Walkabout. Yeah, I figured they would smell. But cats smell, so my house probably stinks because I've got a cat. And she's got a litter tray, which gets cleaned, regularly. Every month or so, She gets looked after, treated. And I've got a dog. Plus there's me. Like, look at the state of my hair. You can tell I've not showered for nearly a week again. So my house probably does hum. But I don't want the smell of rats as well. I did want to get some sugar gliders. I wanted to start breeding sugar gliders because I think they look cool. And I'd really like them to crawl all over me and start flying around me as I'm walking around the house and the garden and that. And have them on me and take them to the shops and make them little harnesses. Because I imagine you can have them flying in the air like little kites. just in the wind, and they'd love it. That's what I've wanted that for years. But apparently they're nocturnal, and what they do from when the minute they wake up and like 8 o'clock in the evening when it starts to go dark, what they do is bark constantly. And if you go on YouTube and look up the noises of a sugar glider, they're really irritating, and that would do me head in. And I'd hate them very quickly, and then I'd be disappointed because I'd spent a ridiculous amount of money on some flying squirrels that I can't even tie to a string and take to the park. So we didn't do it. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a sugar glider. What do you mean, is it a bird? Oh, you mean what's a sugar glider? Imagine they're like a little marsupial. They grow to be about this big. And they're like, imagine like a little person, right? They're like little furry little people. Or squirrels kind of thing with tiny little heads. But then all of in between, like from there to their arse, is extra skin, like a thin layer of skin. Like little tiny furry pterodactyls, mate. That's what I really wanted to breed them. I like breeding animals. I used to like breeding chickens. Did that for years, and I really enjoyed that because it's good. It's good, and you get to see what they come out like when they not like watch them come out the chicken, but they always look different when they hatch, and when they grow up, they look different again. And I really like that. That does something to my brain. It tickles it just in the right spot, like a cigarette does, you know. And but like seeing what colour patinations a chicken's going to have if you mix breed some chickens and stuff like that. I like that. I really enjoy that because it's the unknown, but you also know it's a chicken, so it's not too unknown to freak me out, kind of thing, making me sound like a right weirdo here today. But that's the truth. I like breeding chickens. Ducks and that wasn't too fussed by because the ducks I had were white, and then they grow up to be white. What was that, Buzz? What was that? One sec, guys. Somebody's just fell over. How did you do that? He's awake anyway. It woke him up. This has been quite a good live stream, though. I might save this one and put it up on YouTube. Anonymous, that's exactly what I'm doing, mate. It's like you can read my mind today, you. Yeah, I thought he'd fell off the couch as well. He did it the other day. He likes to climb on the back of it and try and balance because he's seen the cat do it. We think it's because he's seen the cat do it. But he just fell and then looked really scared because he was trapped behind the couch. See, look. Let's use this. I don't like using the ruler because it feels like cheating, but it's like I've got that superpower like that kid that gets abused in Goodnight Mr. Tom, innit? Can draw straight lines. Yeah, I mean, practical superpowers, that's what everyone wants. Only a weirdo wants to be able to climb up a brick wall like that. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to be a weird guy. Like, the idea that someone would watch Spider-Man and be like, I'd love that. I'd love to be able to climb up my neighbour's house. Like, why do you want to do that? There's no reason to want to do that unless you're a peeping Tom. And if you do like the idea of a bit of peeping Tomery, there's a drawing of a peeping Tom on my website on canvas. There's also drawings of it in my book, How to Date an Antique Table, A Lover's Guide. Nah, yeah, hun. Never thought of it, mate. I don't like people, innit, so much. I wouldn't want to be forced to be that close to a person. A tattoo's quite an intimate thing, innit, at the end of the day, so... No, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd like that so much. I'm not as happy with the fucking doctor, man, on this one. But I'll try and edit it a bit more on the computer, but I think it's probably okay. But there you go. There's force a sloth to get a backstreet boob job. I'm nearly done for this list, and then I've got another list of things that I'm going to redo, because I've changed the style of the drawings a little bit since then. But I think I'm going to go, guys, anyway. I think I might end the stream here. But please share my videos. Please follow me on YouTube, watch my videos on YouTube, share them around, give them a like, subscribe to stuff, things like that. You're right, Rob Lishavon. Thank you. I mean, I might stay on. I can stay on. I don't. There's no reason to go off. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to be sat doing this though. Fuck it. I'll stay doing this. Sorry. I'll carry on. But please do, while you're watching this, go onto my page, go onto my YouTube, give us a subscribe on there, and then later, at some later point, go and watch the videos on there and all. Because I want to get monetised on YouTube, mate. I want money. I want that YouTube money. I want a fraction of a penny for every view I get. You know. Fascinating, morbid, but fascinating all the same. It's fair enough, mate. You're probably going to think the same of this book. It's 50 Ways to Torture a Sloth, Ian, so... yeah, you forced a sloth to get a boob job down a back alleyway. Well, we can improve this one slightly by having the... no, actually, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need that. Fair enough. But how about How to Date an Antique Table or Lover's Guide, mate? What about that book? That book's not morbid. People quite enjoy that book. You can hear a little clip of it in my podcast streams. If you go and look in there, you can find a couple examples of a couple of my books. They're there in there, along with a load of podcasts and stuff that you might enjoy. Things like Here's How to Convince People Your Neighbour's a Pedo. Your fictitious neighbour's a pedo. It's very important we get that fictitious neighbour in there. Here's how to trick your dad into leaving your mum. Here's how to make money. Here's how to make friends. Things like that, just life advice, you know. Stuff that people don't tell you. Let's look at this. Crack on. Let Bubbles the monkey be alone with one. How are we gonna draw that? What type of monkey was Bubbles? Bubbles was a chimp, wasn't it? So it didn't have a tail. Because I imagine that's some dirty monkey, that. He's gonna be fucking ruined by the things he's seen. Alright, cheers Ian, thank you. No. It is. I am that guy. I am that guy. This is what you're trying to get people to do, is it? Is this your niche, your thing? You go onto people's things and get them to say your username. It's quite clever. Not many people do that, to be fair. Some do, but not like what you're doing. Fucking got a right bit of a sweat on. Well, thank you. Erlen, nah, mate. The paper? Nah, the paper's just printer paper, mate. It's just printer paper. It's just, I've had it for years. I think his head's too big. There's no need for his head to be that big. But you can see where I'm going with this. Has anyone seen the documentary about Michael Jackson? It's going to be in this. It's going to be that way without the Peter Pan poster. Gonna be a belter. You're right on me job. Hello. Yeah, that's been a while, mate. You're right, blessed child. You can all say hello, guys. I am well, mate. How are you, bro? What's going on? doesn't look right, that. I've fucked it up with hiding the door. To do it again. Alright, nice one, man. They are. Yeah, you can save your lives once they're done. The chicky thing, I don't know what that means. Yeah, that is the dog snoring. Yeah, look at that, 5.2 thousand likes, man, that's mad. I'm alright, blessed child. What inspired me to do what I do at Misunderstood University project. Now this is a sloth being left alone with Bubbles the monkey. Now I'm going to have to draw it again, because it doesn't look as good. I think we'll start with the door. This time we're going to start with the door, because we're trying to torture sloths. So it's 50 ways to torture a sloth. Oh, that was weird, freaked me out. Just holding the pen upside down, I didn't understand what was going on. Right, so we have... Oh, thank you, Josh. I'm glad you're enjoying them, Josh. You might like what I'm trying to do here, mate. I'm trying to draw Bubbles the monkey, deflowering a sloth. What inspires me? I just want to make stuff that I see in my head, the stuff I think about. Because normally, I found when I was at uni and college, and at school, a lot of the time when I taught, people would just laugh. Now I don't think they were laughing at me. Now I think the stuff that I say seems to be funny because I misunderstand things, or I don't understand the serious nature of things either. So I'll make jokes about it, and let's make money off of that. Really, inspiration at the end of the day for everything. I'm motivated by money, but I also want to make people laugh with stuff. Like that's my main thing. I want to make people laugh, and this has become my full-time job. So obviously I'm motivated by money as well. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I'm always trying to sell something or something or other, but because that's my business. But yeah, I just want to make people laugh, mate. That's it. Just make them laugh at stuff. Thank you, I'm glad you like my wall. Oh. Still doesn't look right. This is fucking well hard to draw. Again, it's because I'm trying to copy something that I've already drawn once. Still doesn't look right, this. I can't quite get it where I want it. I think I've got to start with the sloth and work my way backwards in the picture. Give it some form of so it makes sense. Because look, it doesn't quite look right. Whereas with this one, Bubbles looks good there, but the door doesn't. But the sloth looks better. But the sloth, I think the sloth looks best in this one. Like that. Obviously this one's not finished, but there you go. They're just not right. The proportions are a little bit off for it. Because if you're gonna look at a celebrity chimpanzee molest a sloth, you want it to be, proper. Like this, like the Backstreet Doctor, the Backstreet Boob job for this sloth. That looks alright. That looks pretty good, and this one looks very good. I'm quite happy with this one as well. Teaching a sloth how to OD with pills, and then taking all of its pills off it and replacing it with sugar-coated sweets, then beating it up to a point and leaving it alone to a point where it wants to do itself in, but it can only eat the N&Ns, the home brand N&Ns, rather than the well-known chocolates. You want it to be proper. Do I have depression? It's not to talk about, is it? No. Thinks outside the box and thinks correctly. Yes, me. Let's go with that instead. Let's go with that. I do need a piss though. And now I'm going to look like I'm being emotional because someone's asked me a very personal question. Speaking of personal questions though, I had a hell of a message before on Instagram. It was 1 second. I'll read it to you. It said, "Is that a real rabbit?" Meaning the rabbit toaster. I said, "Yeah, man. Did you not know I'd made that?" They said, "No, I thought they were toys." By the way, could I ask something? It's kind of personal. LOL. Is your bulge hard or flaccid, lol? Because it's looking so big. And then that little monkey going like that. And then sends me a screenshot of my own genitalia, which not like out, luckily, but of me in shorts, well, me in my trackies, like in that video, monkey face, monkey face. And I said, it's not kinda personal. Might as well ask me if my arsehole's an innie or an outie. And then they've ignored my message. So I turned them into the quote of the day on Instagram. But I do need a piss because I am necking pints of coffee at the minute. I'm going to have to go actually as well, because I'm going to go and have a shower. Yeah, innit? It should definitely be kept to yourselves. Right, guys, thanks for watching and getting it to so many likes. But I need to have a shower, so I'm going to go and do that. And probably make another coffee so I can be bouncing off of the walls in a couple hours' time. Because, that's nice as well. It'll help me get my work done and make them a bit more interesting. But please go and listen to my podcasts like Josh is doing. If you're listening to them as well, share them in. Look how long my nails are, mate. I'm not even doing rats, so I don't need them long. Yeah, just as and when. Most days in the daytime, really, Monday to Friday. Not really at weekends, because I just sit on the couch with my missus most of the time. I'm not going to live stream while I'm doing that. She doesn't want to be known. Yeah, Monday to Friday normally, guys. Usually on here, sometimes on YouTube. But yeah, share my podcasts around, guys, and take the videos on here and on my YouTube and share them on Reddit and that. That if you can't, obviously I keep plugging Patreon because not many people seem to even know what Patreon is or what it is. It's a subscription thing where you can give me money each month. Now, I don't want to keep bringing that up at all because it sounds like I'm just begging for cash, and I kind of am because this is my business. But that aside, you get books and that on there. My books that I write for now, you get them as digital downloads. But ignoring that, without giving me money or buying me products, right? And the things I make and my shirts are out like that. One of the best things you can do for me is to share the links to my videos around. Share my podcasts on Reddit. Share pictures of my work and links to things on Imgur. Share it on Facebook from my Facebook page. On Instagram, share it to your stories. Things like that, guys. Because there's some of you have stuck with me here for like an hour of me just drawing and talking out my arse. And that means that, another 5 people might do that next time. And that could be because of you guys sharing my gear around. So if you could do that, that'd be nice. If you can't be asked, fair enough, I probably wouldn't do it either. But thanks for watching and that. Hopefully you'll buy this book when it comes out. I'll probably see you tomorrow. I'll see you in a bit, guys.